Well, now we took a break and exercised our old ass minds. Brian Cushing, who we talking about.
I'm sorry, Brian. He's from Jersey. Jersey.
Leave them PEDs alone, boy.
You have Manny Ramirez. Shit.
Man.
Manny, like, I quit.
Man, it's a hell of a story about Manny Ramirez.
He's I quit. He tied mad at you, man.
He told the ball boy to wash his car. The ball boy said, okay, no problem. He said, I got some money in the glove compartment so you can go wash the car and take some money for you. Ball boy came back and said, hey man, there's $44,000 up in here. Man, he said, okay, no problem. He said, take what you want. He said, no, you're not hearing me. It's $44,000 up in here. He was like, man, I can't take that. He said, man, go ahead, don't worry about it.
Where the fuck is that job for me?
Hey, man, you my boy.
I'll be a, like Latifah said it all, I'll be a, yes sir, what can I do, sir, motherfucker, for £44. Wash it
Hey,
off.
man, anytime, bro. I would have gave you my piss. Wouldn't have helped you. But I would have gave you anything you wanted.
All right, we got Minnesota coming up next. And they need a quarterback.
And they need to keep rising to the top.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. The Vikings need a QB. They need a defensive back, and they need a defensive tackle.
Keep rising to the top. Anyway, go ahead.
Here's another situation where the play for Cam could happen big time. What does, what's his name? Not Ziggy Wolf or whatever, the owner of the Minnesota Vikings and Coach Frazier, Leslie Frazier, what do they want to do? Do they want to go after the franchise quarterback who's going to sell tickets? Or do they just want to sit back and say, hey, we take what's there and look at a Ryan Mallett or look at a Christian Ponder or what have you?
I am Mallett.
Well, see, the problem with Mallett is he's a kid that,
man, he don't even deserve the time when he's taking the top on him, man.
Hey, but he knows the pro style offense.
All right, well, Ryan Mallett it is. All right.
I don't like it. I would take a Ponder or some of these other cats.
They need a QB, they need a DB, and they need a D tackle.
Hey, QB is their main thing. We give them Ryan Mallett.
All that time y'all spent fucking with Brett Favre, that's what you get, man. So next.
Detroit Lions, number 13. Hey, this is a trip. Detroit is in the middle of the pack.
Okay, we know you don't need a wide receiver. You need an outside linebacker, a defensive back, you know, and a wide receiver. Oh my God, wide receiver.
They really need a wide receiver?
Yeah.
They don't need no damn.
Y'all need to touch a wide receiver for another 10 years.
Hey,
you know what? You can walk down the street and find you a motherfucker that want to catch.
Here's a outside linebacker for you. He might not like it, but Akeem Ayers out of UCLA, that cat is a baller and he is a player. And I love him. And I would love to put him in that system, especially with Sue and the rest of the cast, man, they'd be balling. So I'm giving you Akeem Ayers. Next we got the Rams, St. Louis Rams. And their major need, I believe, is wide receiver. Bradford needs weapons. Steven Jackson, I know, is on his last legs. You can find a running back 3, 4, 5 rounds. Bradford needs a weapon, so you go ahead and you get him, what?
Why are you saying he on his last leg? They ain't saying shit about that.
Oh well, always injured. Julio Jones, here you go. You a tough player, you a physical player.
They need a wide receiver, you're right.
Yeah, Julio Jones.
You're right. They need a defensive lineman, okay? And they need an offensive guard.
Go get Julio Jones. You gotta sell tickets. You need weapons. There you go. And they both got dreadlocks. Him and Steven. They probably play with each other's hair. I don't know.
Oh, what would you say, man?
Hey, next we got 15, which is the Miami Dolphins. Wow. I'll tell you what. If you're going for running back, you're going for one who I think is the best. Me personally. There are good running backs in here, solid running backs, but this cat has played in a disciplined system, knows how to carry the ball high and tight, 4 points of pressure. Mark Ingram out of University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
What about Gale Sayers?
Gale Sayers. Now 16 is a toss-up because Jacksonville, every time I think you're going to pick somebody smart, y'all do some off-the-wall shit. Like the boy you picked last year from Cal, did he show up? Did he do anything? Or was he just a solid role player? You don't pay role players first-round money. You pay ball breakers first-round money. So if you're going to get what? Another DN, defensive tackle? Come on, man. Give me a break. What's their major need, Jacksonville?
Jacksonville major need is linebacker, safety, and defensive end.
Wow.
They didn't play defense. It's you know, they weren't that good on defense, and I'm not putting them down, but it's true. I mean, if all your first three needs is defense, that kind of tells the story, right?
Yeah, that is. Let me see a good linebacker for you guys. Well, you know what? Since y'all go off the wall, I'm gonna go off the wall. The cat Dante Mock out of the University of Nevada, out of the blue. Give him to you. Wolfpack, Dante Mock. That's your linebacker.
And they need a safety.
Well, we're going with the linebacker. We're giving him Dante Mock, University of Nevada. All right. 17 is New England. This is the pick. Remember, they do not want to make any mistakes, and they're not willing to pay big money to a big-time player that's going to sit down or cause problems. And you always know this man builds from the inside out, and he's going for defense. So their main need is what? A replacement for Richard Seymour that you never had?
Yes, they do need a defensive end to replace the departed Richard Seymour.
I give you one that's a good hitter, aggressive, and he's powerful. And everybody said in the Big Ten, which you know is physical, slow but physical, they said this cat is hard to block and he's a hard hitter. Adrian Claiborne out of Iowa, University of Iowa, Hawkeyes. Adrian Claiborne. All right, let's go to number 18.
They need a guard and a running back too.
Yeah, but we're looking at their main need, which is defensive end, replace Seymour. All right, 18 is the San Diego Chargers. So, San Diego, what do you need? Chargers?
Oh, you're talking about also still digging on New England.
Well, hey, don't worry about them. Let's look at the Chargers.
Oh, we ain't worried about nothing.
Y'all need everything.
Nah, we ain't worried about nothing. Well, why should we be worried about it? I mean, we still got North Turner as our coach, so why am I getting excited over all this shit?
Hey.
I'm thinking about the NBA, honestly.
What do y'all need?
All right, man, we need an outside linebacker, a defensive end, and a wide receiver.
Okay, main need is outside linebacker, defensive end. You want to go with linebacker or you want to go with defensive end?
You go with outside linebacker.
Okay, for me, an outside linebacker for you guys would be Ross Human, the cat out of Ohio State. This cat is a thumper. And I do give credit where credit is due. Coach Tressel, I know you like to take it for your players, but it wouldn't have been Pryor who likes to get ink. It would have been this cat. This cat is a hitter. He's vital to the game, and he's a thumper. So that's your outside linebacker, Ross Human out of Ohio State.
Yeah, but now be careful because you know you could that O-line with us is like a defensive end. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, because we're in a
3-4. Okay.
3-4.
Okay. Well, look, that's what y'all need. That's what they selling you, and I'm giving it to you. So you would rather take a defensive end instead of O linebacker? Defensive end? Because you take a defensive end, they're looking at Cameron Jordan out of Cal. I don't see
Man, as long as they can come in and be productive and make plays, and they don't need that juice to help their ass play. Because once these motherfuckers get off their shit, they can't do a goddamn thing.
Well, look, hey, that's what y'all need. 19 is the New York Giants. New York Giants, major needs is what? Probably defense. We don't say receiver. We might have to change something in the running game because Jacobs and
That just sounds like somebody in New York out in the park on the. That shit sound like Harlem.
What's that?
Well, it's fitting for the New York Giants. Excuse me.
Champ by the Mohawks. Eric B is president.
Yeah.
They're going for what? Defensive tackle?
Outside linebacker, defensive tackle, and center.
Well, outside linebacker, let's see. Let's give him somebody to work. What about this cat, Jeremy Bill out of Oklahoma? That's a good pick.
Whatever you say.
All right, that's a good outside linebacker. You need somebody to replace what? You never had a replacement for Pierce since he left?
Legitimate, say Missouri defensive end, Aldon Smith would be ideal. The same thing as Texas, Sam Ocho.
Well, see, Aldon I will give to the Bucks, who is pick number 20, because the Bucks need a defensive end, correct? So I would give them Aldon Smith out of Missouri. But somebody who I think is better than he is Cameron Hayward out of Ohio State. This is, for you people don't know, this is Ironhead Hayward's son. And for those aficionados of the sport, Ironhead Hayward was University of Pittsburgh, one of the best all-time runners. Man, he was excellent.
For the Saints and the
Falcons. Untimely death with the brain cancer, and man, it was just sad. But his son is excellent. He's powerful, and I would root for him to be in that position at Tampa Bay. So I'm looking at Cameron Hayward. But if they take Aldon Smith, Tampa Bay, go ahead. That's what you need, defensive end. All right, next we got Kansas City Chiefs, and they need what? Offensive tackle.
Let me wake up.
I think they do need offensive tackle, so if they do take one.
They need a wide receiver.
Well, wide receiver then.
Hitter from the rear.
Really, is it wide receiver or offensive tackle?
Offensive tackle is their second need, and then outside linebacker is the third need.
All right, well, look, if you go on wide receiver, you're either going to take the guy Baldwin out of Pitt, or you're going to take the young cat Leonard Hankerson out of, Leonard Hankerson out of University of Miami. Those two. So you take Baldwin out of Pitt, University of Pittsburgh, who's tall and lanky, but he was never like there. He's more like a possession person, because they talk about his speed. Or you took the young cat, the athlete out of Miami, Hankerson, who's fast and quick, but has to work on his route running. So that's what Kansas City has to work on. But you know they're always looking in the SEC for talent, because they struck gold with Dwayne Bowe, so they'll probably go back there again. All right, next we got 22 with Indianapolis, and their major need is what?
For the Colts, it's offensive tackle, as well as wide receiver, because Austin Collie, major concussions.
Really?
Anthony Gonzalez knee.
Okay.
And then
Reggie Wayne is old.
Yeah, you can say that. And then what you look at also safety, because they gave us Bob Sanders. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a hell of a pickup. Now we look at it too. Indianapolis needs offensive tackle, so I give him the cat from Wisconsin, Gabe Carmine. He's good, he's physical, and you know with Wisconsin's line, they know how to roll block. They know how to pass block, they know how to roll block. So that would be an excellent
Also,
thing.
you mentioned a young man before, Anthony Castanzo.
Yeah, out of Boston College. He would be a good fit for them too. Now, next we got 23, Philadelphia, and their major need is what?
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks?